Hey, what's up guys? It's your host, Tiger Eye Cosplay, and you're watching Nerdosity. What's up, Nerdosity? This is your host, Tiger Eye Cosplay, coming out to you. And what you don't know is that I'm naked under all these clothes. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing with you. But anyway, I'm coming at you today with another top list of Nerdosity. Ooh, it's been a while. I know it has. But we're coming back in strong with the top 10 list. And this top 10 list is a top 10 underrated TV shows of my time. Of my lifetime. All that I've seen, this is my top 10 underrated shows. We're gonna be going into this real strong because all of these criminally underrated but amazing shows are amazing. And you should watch them on your own time and whenever you get the chance. All of the shows in here are amazing and you have to watch them because of three different things. The premise / plot are amazing in all of these. The actors and how they portray all of these things are amazing, so you gotta check it out just for the actors as well. And the way it is filmed or the art style is so unique and really well done that it screams, whoa, it is so cool, so you gotta watch it. But first, we gotta look at the rules. You know the rule. We gotta look at the rules. So let's do that right now. I just want you to make sure that every single show that I'm gonna be putting onto this list, even the honorable mention that I have, are bomb-ass shows. So you gotta check them out. I don't need to say that every single time. They are amazing because they're criminally underrated, but amazing. So you just gotta go check them out. I promise you, they are so good. You will thank me for telling you about it. Just saying. Anyway, we go into number 10, which is Erased. Now, Erased is a really great anime. It didn't run for very long. It's about 10, 12 episodes, something like that. But even out of that, it goes from start to finish. So, you know, it started beating out like One Piece and other things that haven't gone to a finish. So, you know, that's nice. Having a conclusion is always good. But Erased is about a guy named Satoru Fujinuma who has an ability called Revival, what he calls Revival, where he gets to go back in time a few moments so that he can right a wrong that happened right before he went back, so to prevent a life-threatening situation. Now, when his mom was murdered, he goes back all the way to his childhood when he was in grade school, like an elementary kid, like 10 years old, so that he could find the killer before he killed 5 other students, and then also his mom later in his life. So he has to go and right that wrong, and it's really awesome. It is so intense. You gotta watch it.
I had some new gloves, but I think I lost them.
Take it easy, dude. You're 29. Why are you getting all flustered?
Satoru, are you okay?
I mean, my hand's way bigger than yours, huh?
You're an idiot.
Now we go to number 9, which is Jackie Chan Adventures. Hoo-wee! Jackie Chan, come back at you with a how? What? I've been watching Rush Hours all day today, so I'm in a Jackie Chan mood. But Jackie Chan Adventures is an amazing cartoon. It was so cool. It even aired in Ireland, so that's neat. But Jackie Chan Adventures is a cartoon where Jackie Chan is an amateur archaeologist, where he goes around trying to find cool artifacts and stuff that are actually pretty magic and things, and he has to battle the Dark Hand to make sure that they don't get these magical items and take over the world with it. So he's just saving the world like one artifact at a time, and it's amazing. So it's like Indiana Jones mixed with Kung Fu and D&D. It's pretty awesome. You gotta watch it.
Danger looms in your future.
We must be very cautious. You listen to a cookie? Evening, Chan. Never mock the cookie.
Now we go to number 8, which is Over the Garden Wall. And now you've heard me talk about Over the Garden Wall a lot on this channel, and I cannot say enough about it. It's so amazing. I've watched it many, many times, and you gotta watch it too. It's 10 episodes long. Each episode is about 10 minutes. You can binge it in one go, man. The whole 10 episodes is like a feature-length film. But Over the Garden Wall is about 2 brothers who get lost in a strange forest called the Unknown. And the only way that they can get out is if they work together, they keep the faith, they they stay hopeful and on the right track, and through the guide of an irritable bluebird named Beatrice. And Beatrice is helping them find Adelaide, the good woman of the forest or the pasture, to help them get home. It is such a rich and dark and thought-provoking show for what the art style states and what the premise states on the internet. You have got to watch it. It's amazing.
I'm hungry.
I don't know. I don't really like labels. I'm just sort of like myself, you know?
Maybe he's simple.
No, I'm just lost. See, we're trying to get to...
I'm the highwayman.
Okay, good to know. Well...
Now we go to number 7, which is Kokoro Connect. Now, Kokoro Connect is an anime that was short-lived. It had like 3 OVA episodes to bring it to its conclusion. Now, Kokoro Connect is so cool. It is such a dark and thought-provoking anime, and it like hits so many things so close to home for me as well. For something that seemed so nonsensical and silly in the beginning. Like, it was a light switch. You gotta watch it just to know what I'm talking about. Kokoro Connect is about 5 high school students, Taichi, Iori, Himiko, Yoshifumi, and Yui, who are the only members in this club called the Student Cultural Research Club. And due to the fact that they're all friends, but they don't know each other they only know each other like skin deep. So this unknown figure named Heartseed comes in and starts messing around with their lives and putting them into strange phenomenons just to experiment with them and to see what they do, which also really strains their relationship and their friendships. You gotta watch it. That's all I gotta say. You have to watch it.
これってやっぱりあれか。初めて触ったけど女の子の女性の「お」から始まる。永瀬さんは一体何をしていたのかしら。
Now we go to number 6, which is the Gargoyles. Oh yeah, if my mom's watching this right now, I love you, Mom. We got here, okay? I'm shouting this out for you, Ma. I love you. Gargoyles is so cool, guys. Like, I know I've seen snippets of it when my mom's watching it. I know the premise and stuff. Like, I remember it in my childhood because she watched it all the time. She loved this thing. But for good reason. Like, it's really cool and so underrated. But the Gargoyles is about a clan of gargoyles in ancient Scotland that was ruled by Goliath, who got betrayed by the humans, and most of his clan was killed. The ones that weren't killed, which included him and like 6 or 7 other gargoyles, were put onto a magic spell that transformed them into the stones that you see outside right now, like that are actually gargoyles, so they turn into stone, until their castle that they lived in rose above the clouds. So skip so far into the future where we're in like the 90s now, where Xanatos, a bad dude, David Xanatos, comes in and he brings their castle from Scotland and puts it up onto a huge skyscraper so for his own private entertainment and stuff, his own private little castle, because he's big and rich and he just does that. So he puts them all up there, and then their prophecy was fulfilled, like rising above the clouds. So every single night they awaken from their stone slumber as the Gargoyles once again, where they protect New York City, the place where they awake, with a policewoman named Eliza. So they're trying to get the conspiracy with Xanatos and take him down and stuff like that. But it's so cool. You gotta watch it.
1,000 years ago, superstition and the sword ruled. It was a time of darkness. It was a world of fear. It was the age of gargoyles. Stone by day, warriors by night. We were betrayed by the humans we had sworn to protect, frozen in stone by a magic spell for 1,000 years. Now here in Manhattan, the spell is broken, and we live again. We are defenders of the night. We are gargoyles.
Now we go to number 5, which is Alice in Borderland. Now this is really neat. It's an anime. I watched it, I was like, I don't know, I'm bored one day. It's like 3 episodes or so I just want to, check it out. And I did, and I was just like, what had I gotten myself into? Oh, it's intense. If you like murder, watch it, because it is super intense, man. Alice in Borderland is about a trio of high school delinquents that are pretty unsatisfied with their life, just bored with it. And these 3 people are Arisu, Karube, and Sagawa. When Arisu wishes at the night sky during a fireworks celebration with the three of them just milling about, when he wishes that he could have a different life, one that was more exciting and one that he could actually feel free in, all of a sudden they're all three of them are transported into this different post-apocalyptic world. They meet this woman named Sayori who tells them that they gotta play a game to get out of this alive. If they play this game, they would get to go home. So if they wanted to get home, they'd have to play the games. And that's about it.
出没するので気をつけてお家に帰りましょう。
殺人鬼。
これから皆さんに参加していただくゲームは鬼ごっこ。
初めて聞く本物のそれは。
Now we go to number 4, which is like my all-time favorite like TV show, one of my all-time favorite TV shows. Like it's way up there. Right now I'm not thinking about much that can really beat it because it is so near and dear to my heart and I love it so much. But it is Monk. Alright? Monk. It is a detective show and you gotta watch it. Ooh, I love Monk. Monk is about a San Francisco police detective named Adrian Monk, whose wife, Trudy, gets killed with a car bomb in a parking garage. And he goes into a mental breakdown because of it, because he loved her dearly. He is a sweet guy, sweet man. It's great. But he thinks it's part of a bigger conspiracy because she was a journalist working cases that were pretty, you know, on the DL. So after he was able to get out of his house due to the help of his nurse Sharona Fleming, he vowed to devote his life to putting people behind bars until he was able to solve his wife's murder, saving the world a little bit at a time so that he could get closer and closer to solving his wife's death. But the funny thing is, he's super OCD and really has a lot of phobias. So it's super funny to see this detective trying to get his hands dirty while not trying to get his hands dirty, you know what I mean? It's great. You gotta watch it. It's so funny and it's so great and I love it.
Okay, then let's do it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Brand new, straight from the factory, nobody's even worn it.
Yeah.
Mr. Monk, if you don't put it on, bugs are going to fly into your mouth.
Can't you just avoid them?
I can't avoid the bugs.
Sure you can. You see a bug. Zigzag.
Now we go on to number 3, which is Quantum Leap. Oh boy, this was an oldie. Ooh, but a goodie. Because Scott Bakula, my man, he good. He good. But Quantum Leap is about a physicist named Dr. Sam Beckett who goes into his time travel experiment. The experiment went wrong and he got sent into the past into different people's bodies. And now he's just trying to get home at this point. So the only way that he can get home is to use the help of his friend named Al Calavici, who is a hologram that's connected to his biosignatures, so that he's a hologram that comes into his field of view and that only Sam can see and hear, to help him figure out what was going wrong in this person's life so he could fix it and then leap out of there to a different time until he finally leaps back home. At least that's what Sam is thinking will happen, is that he'll be able to leap back home if he rights enough wrongs. And you gotta watch it.
He awoke to find himself trapped in the past, facing mirror images that were not his own, and driven by an unknown force to change history for the better. His only guide on this journey is Al, an observer from his own time, who appears in the form of a hologram that only Sam can see and hear, and hoping each time that his next leap will be the leap home.
Now we go to number 2, which is Who Done It. Who Done It is a reality TV show that aired like in 2013-ish, and it was only 1 season. I so wish they had more seasons, but I kind of get why they didn't, because there wasn't like a shock factor anymore. But it was about 13 contestants being brought to this mansion where they're put onto lockdown and made to stay in the mansion because a murderer is among them. One of the 13 contestants kills a person every single day. So what happens is, one person is killed. Everybody has to go and look around the mansion, figure out how the killer did it, and then force their deduction. And if their deduction is good enough, they are safe. And if their deduction is worse, they're scared. Whoever has the worst deduction gets killed. And then the next people have to figure out who done it. And the winner gets $250,000. So it was super cool to see all of these people backstabbing each other and making teams and being all freaked out because people were dying and they didn't want to die next. Stress levels and panic levels were all the way up here, like all the time. It was great reality TV show, and I don't say that a lot, but it was awesome. You gotta watch it.
My name is Giles. 13 strangers will be arriving here to play a game. But what they don't know is the game is murder.
Now, I have one honorable mention for you, and that's coming up right now.
To come in with you again, because you're my best friends and we do everything together.
Even best friends have limits, Sam.
Clover's right. Why don't you go sign up for the spelling bee while we wait here? You know, where it isn't so geekified.
Fine, I'll go in by myself.
Now, the moment you have all been waiting for. Number 1 is early edition. Now, if you don't know what this is, you within the 90% of the population on planet Earth right now, because early edition was a short-lived TV show way back then, and it was super good. It was about this regular guy named Gary Hobson who got tomorrow's newspaper today. Like, that's the whole premise. Like, he gets tomorrow's newspaper now, so that he looks into the newspaper, sees that things are happening, bad things, so he gets to save these people before it happens, so that they don't end up in tomorrow's newspaper for everybody else. And the cool thing is, like, a cat brings in the paper every single day, so you get to see a cat in every single episode. And plus, his sidekicks, his helpers and stuff, the only people who know that he gets tomorrow's newspaper today is his best friend named Chuck Fisherman and his good friend Melissa Clark, who's blind, and she's super badass. Plus, you get to see her dog, which is a German Shepherd, the whole entire time, so you get a dog and a cat in every single episode, so it's pretty legit. Like, you gotta go see it. But it is so criminally underrated because I know nobody knows about it.
Let me go get a box. How does he do that?
And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. All of these TV shows you have to watch. They are so underrated, but they are so amazingly good. Like, you will be floored at how good they are, and I know that you will love them all. And if you don't, you can throw hands at me, but I promise you will love them. So make sure you check it out. And also, make sure you stick around because I make new videos every Wednesday and Friday. So if you want more stuff like this, make sure you comment below and give this a huge thumbs up if you liked what I did. And thank you guys so much for watching. You've been watching Nerdosity, and I will see you next time.